Hello, we're back again. Sorry about that.
Yes.
We had a little bit of a drop out there,
Désolé pour le problème, on a eu un petit souci inattendu, inexpliqué ici à Zinal.
but we're back now, so that's okay. It's amazing how skilled we are these days with technology. It's certainly given me an extra few grey hairs putting on this live broadcast, but I'm managing my way through that, and I'm looking forward to the early retirement because this is going to make me do that. But Emily, can you just give us a little bit of an idea? If you were running this uphill, how would you break it up? Would you try and run the whole time, or would you be run hiking? How does it work for you?
I would probably run and hike. I would hike the steepest part, but I would try to run as much as possible, as it's so runnable after. So it's good to have the leg speed and not to slow down to use too much of a muscle power.
Brilliant. And we'll just have a look at some of the leaders here.
Now it's Sylvain Cachard filming. We are after Bourgard. On est donc après Bourgard sur la montée qui mène à Ponchette. Il y a un petit bout de route et puis après ce sera de nouveau un chemin assez raide. So now we are between Bourgard and Ponchette. It's a small part of on the road, but we will soon back on a small trail.
And we can see it's Jo Gray and Davide Maggini who is setting the pace there. Two really strong uphill runners.
With Kylian Jornet and Francesco Pupi.
Yeah.
And the Kenyan, I don't remember his name.
But these guys are, as you said, Emily, incredibly strong in the uphill. I think what they're doing is definitely playing to their strengths right now. It's just going to be a real question of how this plays out later on. Sometimes we don't really know how much output they're putting into this kind of an uphill to be first, and it's only really evident when they come through the flatter section and the downhill, and we see how well they can perform in those sections there. But it looks like the group is still super tight. They're certainly running together in this kind of an environment here, Emily and Max as well. What's the vibe? Are people talking? Are people being friendly? Do you think Joe's, encouraging everyone else? How is it at the very front of the field like that?
I think when you run this much uphill, it's hard to talk. I think everyone is quite focused and just doing their own thing, I would say.
Okay, so there's probably not a lot of chatting about the beautiful weather and it's a great Sunday morning.
Absolutely not. No, they are all
not
focused
on a short
on
race
their
like
race
this.
and try to save their energy for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's maybe where I'm going a little bit wrong. I generally try to chat to people in this part of the run, and I think that's probably let me down in my running. So you're a bit of a rude runner, you say, Max?
I'm not a rude runner. When I pass someone, I give him a small slap in the back, but no, it's so steep, so hard, and it's a so long uphill. So it's better to shut up and to stay focused on the race.
Yeah.
No, I believe that you're a good man, and Hi, Emily. We're back again.
Yes, we are. And we just saw Lucy in the front for the
And
women.
She's still, she's still leading the front of that race there, which is not surprising, I don't think, from what I've heard and what everyone said about the way she goes at races.
Absolutely.
It's I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other females. We haven't seen any of the other females running on the course just yet, but it's going to be interesting to see how they are.
For sure, and it's only 35 minutes in the race, so even though Lucy's in the front, so much can change, but it's also, as you say, this is her strength, this is her strategy, so it will be interesting to see where the other ladies are.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some of the predictions rolling in. Someone here has guessed Kilian's going to run the race in 2:27, which I'm just going to say it's a little bit ambitious, but I think, if anyone can do it, it's certainly him. Has Kilian been training differently for this race at all, Emily? Has training on the flat some more, or any other different running?
Actually, this year he has been running a bit more flat than normal, but normal, I would say he do one flat run for this race, which is crazy that he can win this race with only one flat run. He has been focusing a bit more, but I would say that he has been, of course, doing more mountain days. You wouldn't see his training dedicated to Sierre-Zinal, but for sure a bit more than last year's.
Mm-hmm. I remember we were just speaking to him and Pablo Vigil just the other day, and the question, "Hey, Kilian, why don't you do a road marathon?" And he said, if I had to do a road marathon, I'd really want to prepare for it, and that would be, 3 months training. If I dedicate 3 months of training to running on the road for a road marathon, then I'd miss out on so many things in the mountains for 3 months. So it was kind of like his reason for not wanting to do that kind of a training block for a marathon race.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure he's been asked that a number of times anyway. And Max, we didn't get your prediction for the female.
For the female?
And the female winning time. So could you just give us a little bit of insight into what you think that might be? And who?
I would say Lucy Mouregui in 3:00:20.
3:00:20. Okay, excellent. So we've got both of your predictions for the winners here, which is great. We're gonna really going to compare them to the finishing times, because you guys are the experts here today. And that's why you're a part of it.
But the conditions are perfect, so it will be fast. It will be. I think the runners will be very close at the finish line. So last year I have some stats here on my book. There was 14 runners below 2:40, so which was very impressive. And last year there was 55 runners below 3 hours, and 10 years ago there was only 24 runners. So level is improving, density is rising, so it will be faster this year.
I think that's one of the great things about the Golden Trail series, is it tries to encourage a really concentrated group of elites. And speaking about elites, there's no bigger elite in this race actually than Kilian Jornet, and also this is the great man Ricardo here.
Right.
Now Ricardo holds the record with Kilian for the most amount of wins at Sierre-Zinal. Ricardo here, he's from Mexico, and he's won the race 5 times, which is equal with Kilian. He's coming out to this race almost every year, running the race and bringing a lot of the local talent that he has as well. And he's just a super nice guy, really a part of this community and a part of this race's history, and also a part of this race's future, which is a great thing about it. And we've got I think what appears to be the second female here, Michelle Meyer.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. She's 2 years ago she won this race.
Yeah.
And I think last year she placed second at the race as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Behind Lucy.
Yeah, so she's a really strong contender for the podium. We forgot about her. She's a really strong runner.
Yeah. She told me last day that she did races every weekend for the last 4 months, so she was a bit nervous to her shape for today. But she looks to be in great shape, and it's nice to see her at the second place for the moment.
Yes.
So she's done a race every weekend for the last 2 months.
4 months.
Of the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Last week she was in Thion-Dixence, and she was second. Second after Lucy Moregi. Yes.
Dion Dixon, you've mentioned it a number of times, is another real classic race here in Switzerland.
Yeah.
In the Valais region.
Yeah, it's the valley near Val d'Anivier. It's Val d'Erens. Yeah, it's a shorter race. It's 16 kilometers, and it's very technical. Yeah, and many runners do both. The Colombians and Mexicans and some Kenyans come in Valais to do both races, and they stay here the 2 weeks.
And they and it's quite common because also the level of competition is quite high. And is it more of an uphill race, Teal Dixon, or is it there's also some flat running in it too?
No, there's some small uphills and downhills. There is 700 meters of elevation, but on 3 uphills. There is one first uphill, a downhill, 6 kilometers of flats, and then 2 small uphills at the end. And the arrival is at on the dam, the Grand Dixence, one of the highest dam of Europe.
We got I just want to again repeat that we've got Mark Lowenstein here. He's doing his amazing moderating work, is what we call moderating on the Facebook running page. So if you have any comments for Mark or Emily or Max, then please make sure you put them down on the comments stream of the Facebook page, and they'll be able to answer to those. And we've got one question there from Richie about Mark not being able to run today. And Mark's got a little bit of an injury after running the first 2 races of the Golden Trail Series. That we'll definitely bring him over in a moment and get a bit of an insight into what's going on with his race season. But he's certainly feeling a little bit better after he got that injury. And we've got here. It appears to be the 3rd female. We can't be 100% sure. But,
it's Victoria Kreutzer in front of Laura Orguet.
Again, these
and
two
both of them are very strong climbers, really good in vertical kilometers. Victoria just did a great race in the Red Bull 3K. She's in very good shape, and Laura is just straight behind her.
Yeah. So the runners will soon arrive in Ponchette. Ponchette is an alpage where there is some cows and sheep. There is the famous cheese raclette is produced there, and so the guys from Chandolin bring their cows in the Ponchette alpage the summer, and then go back to Chandolin.
This is Ponchette here. This is a view of Ponchette. So that is at 7.2 kilometers, and it's the end, more or less, of the large climb. I think a lot of runners get a decent sense of relief. There's Martin Gafuri. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's just playing a joker, as he always is. But when you get to Ponchette, I believe it's a bit of a back off from the climbing, because then you go into a more runnable terrain, and it's not as steep, that's for sure. And they should arrive there very soon. It's definitely not far away from them arriving into Ponchette. Usually the time of getting into Ponchette is around about 50 minutes for the lead male, and so it's only, you know, it should only be a few minutes before they get into Ponchette, and that's going to be, yeah, as I said, just about 7.2 kilometers into the race. We've got Thibaut Baroni here. He's certainly running very strongly.
Donc les coureurs vont bientôt arriver à Ponchette. Le départ a été donné il y a 45 minutes. Donc il ne devrait pas tarder à rejoindre l'alpage. Donc Ponchette, c'est un alpage. On y produit du fromage à raclette. Et ouais, les fromages de chèvre aussi. Et ouais. Donc c'est un alpage près de Chandolin, utilisé par les habitants de Chandolin durant l'été. La particularité.
We can see both Victoria and Laura, who are really strong climbers. They are both doing the hiking technique. And Lucy and Michelle, they were running a bit more. It's just different techniques.
And what's the aim there, Emily? How do you judge when you go from running to hiking? What do you use as a measuring stick